Bitcoin is currently back above one of the most important support levels, which is actually 67k. However, I think that if we actually go and make a higher high on the weekly time frame, there could be a potential short to be taken. I think that short in Bitcoin, as long as it stays under 88k, is a smart idea. I literally have three shorts with a high probability win rate. I'm going to be explaining them and also talking about the potential trade I'm going to be taking today, and also talking about Ethereum because we managed to catch an amazing Ethereum trade. As you can see here, Bitcoin is back yet again above 67k. Yesterday we had been waiting for a potential trade as a long, but we didn't take a long on Bitcoin. Why? Because obviously we had waited for 67k and then canceled the idea of long in 67k, and then later on we made up the idea of potentially waiting for a lower high to be put, as you can see here. So as you can see here, or a higher low, I mean. So we got the low of 60k, and then potentially we had waited for the move lower to 65k, potentially putting a higher low on the lower time frame. As you can see here, we got the NPUC and also the Fibonacci golden pocket. So we were waiting and still kind of waiting to be potentially looking for a trade. As I told you guys, whenever I mention a certain setup, they are not totally cancelled unless Bitcoin literally just goes above them as a short. So if Bitcoin literally goes and skyrockets above a certain zone that I had wanted as a setup, then well, it is actually cancelled. However, as long as we're talking about longs without getting those support levels hit, we are still going to be waiting for them, or at least welcoming them if they happen. However, now with Bitcoin being above 67k, obviously if we go back to 65 and 62.7 and 60k, I got those three longs, I still would be actually potentially open for taking them. However, I'd also want to focus on potentially looking for higher. We've been seeing Bitcoin having lots and lots of shorts open. I literally told you guys that within the consolidation that had happened in between 67 and 70k, most of it was actually people shorting the market. And whenever I see such thing, plus I also see the liquidity being built up, literally the whole week's worth of price action ever since we made the high on Monday. As you can see here, ever since we had made that, we've been literally putting lower highs on every single time frame. See how every single candle is literally a bit smaller than the one before it, and that would tell me that, to be honest, I'm expecting this to all be taken out. So my expectation is actually for Bitcoin to do something like this. But however, I would never ever tell you that this is a prediction. I'm not going to be waiting for this. I'm not going to be longing randomly because of this. I'm not going to be longing Bitcoin now just because Bitcoin, or I'm expecting Bitcoin to actually go to 72.2 and take out the high. However, the way you can do it is two ways. You can either look for a long if you don't have a long, and by that I mean like maybe we can find ourselves taking a little long as a scalp somewhere like that, and then ride it all the way higher to 72.2. Or obviously if you have a long, a pre-existent long, you can keep it open because we are assuming and expecting Bitcoin to take out the highs here. However, if you don't have a long, you don't manage to catch a long, you see Bitcoin just all of a sudden start to move to our target, I'm not going to be jumping in randomly buying the pump, but what I will do is actually take a short trade based on us actually taking the highs, faking and taking all the liquidity that was taken and put across last week's and current week's consolidation, and then later on actually short the market. So if we don't manage to catch a long, I'm going to be waiting for 72.2 to be taken out, and also 73.4. We got those important levels, the high of the week, taking liquidity and liquidating and stopping out every little shorter that was entering shorts here. Then once we do that, I'd love for Bitcoin to show me weakness by actually going back below 72. If this happens, so not only do we go and rise above it, but also see weakness by actually going below it. Once I see that, I'm going to be jumping right into a short over on weeks. Why? Because obviously once this happens, this could be, to be honest, an amazing short to be taken. We see shorts getting open, we wait for them to be stopped out, and then we jump with the trend of actually moving correctly with liquidity. And with that being said, that could be potentially a short trade. But also, I'll also want to cover the potential of what if Bitcoin doesn't offer us a chance to short Bitcoin at 73. Like, for example, we move higher to 73, we do take out the high that I'm expecting to be taken out. However, Bitcoin just continues rising above 73 without ever going back below 72. If we don't see such thing and we see actually a move higher, then I'm going to be canceling this and waiting for 82 or 80k. Sorry, as I told you guys, I'm going to be interested in this zone. And obviously, if a short doesn't get offered here, I'd also want to mention the 87 to 88k short. So I have 3 potential shorts. I'm still waiting for them. However, with Bitcoin being back above 67, it actually makes me feel as if Bitcoin will much likely go back and take out 72. So my expectation today is bullish. As long as we are above 67, I'm going to be waiting for this move to happen by getting a long. Or if I don't manage to catch a long, I'll just wait for this to happen, because perhaps we can maybe catch a nice short, stop shorters, and then catch ourselves a short, and then hopefully take it lower. Once we catch an amazing short lower, then we'll be put in a good scenario on a situation where we actually either, for example, do this and then actually rise above. So maybe we can enter a long or continue lower and hold an amazing short. And now, with that being said, I also want to cover the Ethereum trade and how I was literally able to actually make $700 by entering a long on Ethereum. I'm going to be breaking down the setup and actually how I took it, because obviously, guys, had you not been watching us on the live sessions every single day, you wouldn't have known about the trade. But I told you guys that if Bitcoin is above 67, while simultaneously Ethereum holds this potential trade, I'm going to be jumping into a long on Ethereum at around 1950 or 1920. And the idea was very simple. Now, we had seen Bitcoin or Ethereum actually rise and go back above, as you can see here, from 1760 all the way higher to 2120, as you can see here. But we didn't catch a long. I would never ever tell you to actually long when it randomly just pumps. So rather than, if you miss out on the bottom, and that's my point here, if you miss out on trading the bottom or long in the bottom on a certain coin, what you can do here is actually look for a certain setup that would allow you to actually buy the higher low that gets puts in, especially whenever there happens a market structure shift. For example, once we get the low to be made, we get the high also to be made, we can look for a certain potential scenario where we find ourselves getting a nice long in between this for us to actually hold the low, make a higher low, and then continue higher. Now, with that being said, how did I actually manage to get this trade? To be honest, it was very, very simple, and I will tell you basically how I actually managed to get this such trade happen. Always on the local time frame. I'll go to the 30-minute time frame. Once we see that we put a high or a low first and then a high, I'm thinking to enter a long, but I have to do it smartly. First of all, I'll use 2 very easy things, or even, to be honest, primarily 1, which is actually looking at the zone where we put the low, as you can see here, and then try to actually mark the consolidation that was within the low. So I'd say that the consolidation that actually took place after and before we put the low on Ethereum was this section of the chart, as you can see here. Once I find it, I'll just put a volume profile, as you can see here, from the beginning of the consolidation to the end of this consolidation, as you can see here, and then I'll get an important level, as you can see, which is, by the way, the volume profile value area with the POC in between. So as you can see here, what I did here is actually I just marked out this zone, as you can see here, from value area high to value area low, plus the POC, and I've been anticipating this move to happen where we go here and then catch a long. But obviously, just because it is on Ethereum, had I done it on Bitcoin, I would have done it immediately, but just because it was on Ethereum, I had to check Bitcoin first. So I saw Bitcoin going back above 67 before I entered a long. And the reason, by the way, for me having the range or the zone being a bit smaller is because I tried to only focus on the high important volume profiles. I usually just mark out value area high to low. However, with such low confidence trades, especially with altcoins, I try to actually lower down the zone that I'm looking for to long within the section where it has the highest volume. So I tried to actually make it a bit smaller for me to get a better idea of where to actually look for the long, as you can see here. So I basically just made it a bit smaller. And to add to that, I also had as a second reason me trying to actually enter with the Fibonacci golden pocket taken from, as you can see here, from the low to the high, and then you have yourself some nice zone to look for a trade. Now, the reason why I don't primarily focus on the Fibonacci golden pocket is because it usually gets front ran. So look at this. That was what I was waiting for. I was looking for a potential higher low, as you can see here, and then enter the trade. Now, if I just quickly play the tape, you'll see how amazing that was. I just got an amazing move upwards with just Ethereum actually printing me and making me, I'd say now $550, as you can see here, by just waiting for a nice reaction off of a higher low. That is an easy strategy to follow. Thank you guys for being amazing. And thank you guys for showing up. I think, hold on, let me read the comments, and I'll also do it very, very slowly. Hold on, let me just do something very quickly, and I'll get to reading the comments. It's also still hot here, so we'll have to take it slower than usual. Thank you guys. We got Matt, we got Wayne, Cassandra, alaikum salam. I'm a boy, not a girl. Okay, fair enough. I mean, Cassandra seems like a girl's name, so maybe you have to excuse me. Izza, alaikum salam. We got Joao, Kryptonet, PC or Spiky, I guess. Good evening, brother. We got Stanko, bro. Idosa said, what value are we looking at to short? I missed the value. Hold on a second. Maybe I said it, so maybe I was just talking through it. Hold on a second. Let me double check, guys, something before I get to reading the comments. All right. Hold on. Let me just double check something very quickly. I think we're good. Let me know, guys, if the quality of the microphone is clear. We got USA unemployment rate numbers out in 7 minutes. Thank you, Crypto Wedge. I'm assuming it's at 5:30, so after 2 minutes. Thank you for letting me know. Good evening, Crypto Wedge. We got Mila. We got Vikrant. Good evening. Thank you, Wayne, the legend. We got Hamad. Yahala. Big huggies. Renata. What are we waiting for? Can someone tell me? Hold on. I'll repeat stuff if you guys didn't catch it. Good morning from Denver. I caught the Ethereum long as well on the retracement. Thank you, brother. Entry is 1931. Amazing, to be honest. So kudos to you, to be honest. You're a legend. What will be the bear scenario? All right, I'll get through those comments if like, maybe, because I'm trying not to reply to them in case it was just a comment that was written before I started speaking. So let me make sure with that. Thank you, Wayne, for sharing the link to Weeks. We got Renata, we got Fastlands again. How you doing, champs? Thank you, brother. We got Rodin, I guess, or Rodini. Brother, why don't you tell us in your Telegram channel when you open a trade, and then a lot of question marks? Please try to inform us in your Telegram when you open a trade. Because my Instagram is not a signals group, so I think given or not given, but I guess like being live for 2-3 hours every single day sharing value, guys, is more than enough, I think. Sorry if you feel that I'm not doing enough, but unfortunately that is the mindset of a beginner, I guess, and that's fine. I mean, everybody wants to get stuff handed to them in a silver plate, but unfortunately, my friend, I try my best to mention stuff whenever I can. Sometimes I do like literally write trades as signal, even though I hate doing that. But primarily, my promise to you is actually for me to try my best to stay as healthy as possible, and as I guess free as possible to show up for an hour or two. So sorry, my friend, if you feel that like me mentioning the setup with the entry, with the alert and everything is not enough for you to actually press the button yourself. Yep, you need to rely on yourself. In life, I guess, not only in trading. Anyhow, so just sorry, guys, for this rant. Let me do something very, very quickly, I guess, before I continue onwards with reading the comments. I'm hoping this day will be a good day for trading. That's my hope. Right, so let me do something very, very quickly and slightly important, and then we do this, and you paste this, and then we're good, and then I'll have to start talking for a while. Give me a second. Hold on. Ahmed, all works perfect. Thank you, Renata. Thank you, Stevik. We got Maggie. Thank you. In 2 words, please. I was late 5 minutes. In 2 words. Ahmed, you're doing great. Thank you. I've been following the movement of traditional stock market, and during recent Bitcoin crash, the Bitcoin moved the same way as stock market, but at much larger proportion, obviously. Fair enough, and that's true. That's an obvious, I think, assumption. If we test the low before NY or after NY, can we long the lows? It's not about can you. You can maybe phrase it in a way that like, is it a valid trade? Now, yeah, I haven't looked at the lower time frame stuff. You know me, guys. Once I dig deeper, maybe we can find ourselves something like important. Let me even see where the low is at. Sorry. So I'm assuming the low is here. Yeah. If we test the low, that would be a super local little time frame trade, but potentially valid. I'm not going to be ruling it out. Yeah. So if I go on a 5 minute time frame, like slap an anchored view up, even see the volume profile within this range, maybe. I'm not sure why this has changed for some reason. By the way, guys, I nobody commented on it, but I don't know why this has changed. Hold on. All right, got it back. Thankfully, yeah. All right, so yeah, POC is here. The lows not the best, to be honest. Like, it depends on how scalpy you want to get, because 67 does seem nice, especially as a full number. Like, we fake out 67 as a full number, take out the low. But going back to this low would make me also feel a bit anxious, not anxious, but I mean cautious and wary of the fact that we can like rotate all the way lower. That's me over analyzing the lower time frame. So could be valid if this happens, for example. Yep, maybe. Yeah, I'm open for trying our hands at like little scalp longs. I literally said that I'm expecting these highs to be taken out. Yep. So with me expecting this, looking at the order flow, seeing shorts open, understanding that this is the week, the week or the top formation of the week, with liquidity being built in as shorts, with me understanding this and seeing this happen a lot and a lot and a lot. I wouldn't say 100%, but close to 80%, 90%, this will be taken out, guys. Do with that information as you may, I guess. Like, don't take it as a sign for you to randomly long, but hopefully this is a guidance. Like, see how this kind of information is not helpful if it's helpful, but not to those that are looking for a certain setup to be given. Yep. Uh, our likes to people watching ratio is the best in the business on YouTube. It's near 50% or more constantly. Average 100 to 150 people watching with 50 likes constantly. Thank you, Wayne, for doing this amazing math and for sharing this nice comment. Thank you, brother. Hopefully we can keep it up and also like gradually build the like, I guess, ratio. Although I embrace the volatility Bitcoin gave us recently, what are your thoughts why it has crashed so violently? Maybe you mentioned that before, but I missed it though. No worries. I mean, I'm happy, totally happy to get asked such different comments, or even if not so different. I mean, I try my best to read every single comment, but you know, I'll tell you two things. One is that even though you can find yourself some kind of correlated reason to why Bitcoin has started to crash, I see it as a waste of time. Like, what would I do with the information that Bitcoin crashed? Or why would I spend hours and months, not months, but I mean at least a day or two, researching why Bitcoin crashed, if you know what I mean? I mean, we can tell that Bitcoin crashed because Bitcoin is a market heavily influenced, I'd say 90%, by buying and selling and just trading in general as a tradable asset. So it dropped because it's within the cycle of actually pumping and dumping and faking out stuff and going down and then going back above in 2 3 years. So I'm not a person to give you a fundamental smart answer, but even if somebody does actually give you a smart answer, to be honest, I'd assume that it's a waste of time to even think about a smart answer, to be honest. Give me a second. Uh, Hold on. All right. So hopefully, I tried answering to the best of my abilities, I guess. Give me a second here, guys, because I'd love to send some quick, I guess, voice note. Not to I want to be truthful here. We're back. Uh, Make a video on basics how to use POC volume profile and other things. I want to learn your methods. Thank you, brother. I mean, I tell you this, like, these are I mean, in the works. So hopefully I'll build, or I'll start making some nice videos. And I've even started, by the way, guys. Like, if you go on the home tab, you would see this free trading course, and I've posted 3 videos. So I'm working on it, and your feedback is totally valuable. But also, like, if you wanna watch me for months or weeks, that would be super helpful to you and to me, because obviously, like, the best way to learn is to watch me live, because I make money, and I do my TA all in front of you. Nothing is hidden, nothing is too complicated for a regular person to watch me for a month and not get it. Yep. Hi Ahmed, thanks for all your content. Thank you Talbot, thank you brother for dropping by. EH said, is your previous setup on Bitcoin too long? If no. Damn, Ahmed, I took a short on ETH at 1992, stop loss above the wick, expecting a lower price. I tell you this, and that's the strength of my trades. Yeah, I'm not sure where exactly you took the trade. Maybe here. Yeah, that's a valid thing. Like, you are trading on with anchored VWAP and all of that. But let me show you why I have strength or confidence within this trade. Or with this trade, yeah, or in this trade, primarily, or not primarily, literally just because of Bitcoin. Like, guys, you have to understand that, yes, obviously my entry point was something that I had planned previously. Yeah, this is literally a setup that I gave. Not only that I give it like live, and I've mentioned it multiple times, because we had been waiting for this, like, I think for multiple days. So hopefully at least 5 of you guys did make money on long in here. I already read, I forgot who it was, but someone took the trade with me. So the point here is that I forgot what I was saying, but anyhow, obviously the trade was not only like mentioned live, but also the TA to get that the trade setup was given live. Regardless of that, the confidence in me staying in this trade, having high confidence in it, is with Bitcoin and my expectation for this to be taken out. So you got 2 things, and I mean, let me 3 things maybe. Today on this live, we gave a potential short as a setup, and a literal setup. We've said that I longed Ethereum, so we updated a status update, I guess, on the trade. And third of all, the most important one is actually that you got to go live, or I got to go live, you got to watch me, and you got the guidance today for me being bullish and expecting this to happen. So you got multiple, I guess this shows you the variety of how you can make the most out of watching me live without wasting your time. I always say, guys, by the way, if you're not someone that's trying to actively take trades or manage your trades, you're wasting your time by watching someone on YouTube talk about trading, if you know what I mean. Yep. And please, for the love of God, don't be long in this. Please, don't be telling me, oh, this is a pattern, and no, it's not a pattern. I'm only, this is not a longable thing. It's not a setup to be long in a line that you drew. No, I'm only saying as a technicality from experience, and with the formation of the highs looking like this, expecting the shorts to be liquidated. So even though it may look as if someone, or as if I'm agreeing with someone that has a line like this, but no. I'm on the opposite trade to you. That could work. By the way, like, you entering here on the anchored view could offer you like, what if this happens? By the way, we can both win if this happens. But to be honest, I'm not expecting this to blow up for no reason. I'm just entering this because of Bitcoin, if you know what I mean. So if Bitcoin starts dropping, I'll lose. I don't know why this flipped. It looks nice, to be honest, but the colors don't look. I mean, I think I've made this before. I'm not sure why it's coming back. It's coming to haunt me. But let me remove the opacity of the background. At least whenever it glitches out, it looks nice. Hold on. Histogram, I guess. Yep. That's also a nice template, to be honest. But it doesn't go well with me having orange and stuff. So I'll go back to my own thing. Yep. So yeah, I mean, if we don't break 68, we can have a retracement. But if we, hold on. If we manage to get above value area high, low, we can go and like hit value area high easily. So it's not me against you, I guess. It's like whatever Bitcoin decides to do, ETH would follow. Greetings to the best crypto teacher. Thank you, Yanta Bra, for showing up and for your nice comments. Thank you, brother. Noah. I mean, I see. I remember the name. Hey, brother. Hope all is well. Amazing. Thank you. For ETH, if we are pumping from here, do you have any good possibility to short? Thank you. All right. I'll entertain this question to see for some trades and maybe potential like nice trades to be entered. I'm currently in shorts, entry at 70, TP at 60. Fair enough. I'm gearing up and must do the work and watch your trading videos. I've been watching your lives. Thank you, Ahmed. You are awesome. One of a kind. Thank you, Mila. Thank you for being amazing and also for being ready. You've already put the work in, but also ready to put more work in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah. I longed Tau at 114 when Bitcoin was reclaiming. Amazing. Now just yeah, that is, to be honest, amazing. That shows you like the not the flexibility but the variety of how well to use the TA. I wouldn't say my TA only, but like in general, like if you understand what you're watching here, you can literally duplicate this on every single coin. Yep. Thank you, thank you, thank you, D-Drip, for being amazing. Ahmed, you already taught us a lot on trading approach. The contribution to community is immense. I wish all to reach level of no stress trading as you are demonstrating. Thank you, PA, for such an amazing comment and for appreciating everything that I put out. And to be honest, such comments always makes me happy. So thank you, guys. Ahmed, trading view is having an issue. The volume profile tool keeps defaulting. The original color. It's happening to me too. Okay, thank you for making me feel a bit nice, I guess, or well. Ahmed, staking is halal or haram? Should I stake in bear market? I have no idea. But regardless, I wouldn't stake. Respectful to your time. Are you gonna be here post NY open? Thank you for such an amazing way of, I guess, putting the comment. Just because I think I got here a bit late, or I started the live stream a bit later, and because I've got the Arabic live stream to attend to, maybe not. Like I could like shut the stream off a couple of minutes before the NY. Not because I'm preferring to go live on the Arabic channel, but because that would put us essentially at more than an hour of live streaming. So we'll see. I mean, if you start asking me fun questions and important questions, you know me, guys, I'll start ranting and forget about everything else. Free trading course, first of 3. How to amazing way. Thank you, brother. I gotta thank you whenever you give me such amazing help. To be honest, so thank you, brother. I see a Bitcoin. Hold on. Let me. Give me a second. So Mikey said he sees a Bitcoin bear flag on the 4-hour time frame with 61 inside. So let me do it or take it step by step. Don't worry, guys, you know me. Whenever I get such comment, I just take a hold of it and never let go. So we got Mikey, our brother here, a long time viewer of mine. So thank you, brother, for sharing your opinion. But I think you'd also know what my opinion is on sharing such insight. So you're saying on the 4-hour time frame that we've got a bear flag. So assuming you're seeing this, or you're saying and doing and seeing this and say, oh my god, we got a bear flag. So it is, hold on, oh my god, we got a bear flag, you know, a bear that is holding a flag. So oh my god, we are dropping to 31. Oh my god. And then what happens here? And then goes here. So guys, please Mike, delete all lines. Yeah, delete all the lines that you've got, please. There's no bear flag. Hello from Peru, bro. Thank you, Ernesto, for being amazing. Thank you, brother, our Peruvian brother that always shows up. Only 36 likes. Come on. I'm still in my short from 70. Fair enough. I mean, I'm bullish, so be careful. But by the way, guys, you see how nice it is to be a trader. I can open up, help you with me being bullish on a daily time frame, or for the daily or the time being, I guess, on the lower time scale, but still be bearish on a higher time frame. If you're getting confused with this, you have to try to change your mindset. Like, are you trying to make money, or what are you trying to achieve with entering trades? Sir, are you using Elliott waves for trading? No, I dabble in them. I do understand them. I've tried them. You may find me like within a year, randomly do it once or twice, but overall I avoid it because it's not that helpful. See, Elliott waves are primarily, I mean, in my use cases to them or me accepting them a little bit, I primarily try to entertain such Elliott wave usage whenever it is done to actually showcase and give you an estimate of how a higher time frame macro move would happen. So for example, I put it this way: I'd much rather someone share his opinion of how Bitcoin could bottom out on a year-long price action using Elliott wave rather than someone just drawing triangles, if you know what I mean. So I'm preferring this, or it's I think I'd put it in the same category as Fibonacci golden pocket, if you know what I mean. But so it's not totally irrelevant, but I wouldn't be using it to trade. Like, I'm not going to be on the 1 hourly time frame, or I'm against using the Elliott wave to trade because, like, oh, we got a Elliott wave. Hold on, 1, 2, and then 3. So here, and then I'm going to enter here as a daily trade. I wouldn't do it. Yeah, to then have 5. Let me do it correctly, just for those that would pick on it. So we got wave 4 above wave 5, and then wave 3 being the most impulsive, and then whatever. Yeah, so I wouldn't do it to enter exact trades, but I'm willing to entertain it as a general idea of how market moves, because market usually do this, like they do this and this and then like finally do an A, B, C. So it's an usual way of expecting markets, but they're not useful to make money, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Lol, a bear that is holding a flag. Yeah, I mean, see how silly it sounds, but that's essentially what you're saying. Thank you, Mikey. Give me a second here. Give me a second. Good luck. Thank you, Hamad. You too. PA, as AI is progressing, sorry, and also coming into trading world, are you following any developments in that matter? Maybe one day personal AI can do all the work trading. To be honest, no, I'm not following. I don't feel that is yet at a stage where it's important. If you're someone who literally fails to become profitable and literally have a strategy that makes you money at least for a couple of years, don't rant about AI trading. Most of you guys, or not you, but whoever, like, usually not you, but like in general, whenever someone just drops by and tells me, "Oh, I'm using AI to trade. I don't want to learn," or I think AI is better, guys. Using ChatGPT to give him a screenshot and for him to give you, or for it to give you a setup. Come on, I mean, ChatGPT would never ever tell you no. So I guess you're just wasting your time and money and fooling yourself. Yeah, you just feel smart if someone asks you, "How do you trade?" I use AI. As a word is nice, but using ChatGPT is not AI. Unless you're literally are a data scientist and you've literally, I mean, very, very smart, and you could work for a bank, or you've previously worked, I mean, as a quant for a bank, and you literally can program yourself and have a strategy, and also you got personal experience of being profitable for years on end, maybe 3-5 years, then I respect this. But if you don't, then you're just wasting your time. Do you have a coin? No. Why would I have a coin? Since I have my entry at 70k and my stop loss at break even, do you think, guys, whenever I see the word think, I stop caring about the comment, but I read it. Do you think Bitcoin might come up and stop me? Because price is showing like it wants to go up. Price doesn't want to do nothing, guys. It doesn't look like it wants to do nothing. You're just over interpreting candles which were made by a Japanese person to interpret price action. So they don't look like they want to do nothing. Trust me, it's just your own feeling. You know. So that's a very key point. And also, whenever someone tells me, "Do you think it can go higher? Do you think it can go lower?" Guys, I literally think that it can go to 1,000,000 and a 0 at the same time. Both are possible. So obviously, I cannot tell you. I mean, I'm happy to answer this question, but I need to give you the genuine answer for you to avoid using feelings with trading. Like, hopefully, Doom, brother, you had a reason to short at 70k, for example. hopefully you had a reason. If you didn't, then you have to have a reason always, and that's a mistake. But if you had a reason, and obviously you have a stop loss at break even, I'm assuming, or not even, but it is at a break even, so it tells me that you are learning well. So you enter the trade, it is obviously dropping, so it was a good trade, and you had moved the stop loss to break even, and that tells me that a stop loss existed in the first place. So that's good. So with that being said, like, unless it's within your own trade management plan, why do something differently because you are feeling like the candle is like want to go up? You know what I mean? Like, don't sell yourself cheap or whatever that is. Like, you are, from what I've read, I mean, with the comments, like, you obviously like were doing quite well, yeah, or are doing quite well. So don't worry about it. Like, you can close, but not because of the reason that you are thinking of, if you know what I mean. Yep. So you gotta have more confidence in yourself and your own abilities. Ahl Mehdi, hello. I see your point. Thank you, thank you. Yes, I did have a reason. Amazing. So you had a reason. It worked well in your favor and it dropped. You moved the stop loss break even. So unless you had already planned beforehand, and I would have planned, like, had I shorted 70k, with your reason, I don't know what they were, but had I shorted 70k, for example, I would have planned to move stop loss to break even and took 50% at 67. So I think had I been in your shoes, I would have taken 50% at 67. So, and maybe you should take 50%. That way you don't feel nervous about closing or not closing it now. So maybe I think the fix would be taking 50% now. 6 more. Thank you, Renata. Welcome, just giving back to our beloved community. Thank you, Wayne, for being amazing. And thank you, Doom, for thanking Wayne, I guess. Hold on, let me see. Dennis, Ahmed, I entered ETH at 1975. Is the entry fine or a bit high? So you entered at 1975. Let me entertain this and see. Now, 1975. No, it's as high as it can get, I guess. You literally entered now, I guess. Not now, but I mean a couple of hours ago. Maybe now, yeah. It could have been now because I literally announced my purchase. Hold on, yeah, you could have entered. I'm pretty sure. Maybe not. Maybe it's just a coincidence. But it looks like you entered it when I went live, when I announced my long. So no, that's wrong. Like, obviously you could get lucky with the entry here, stop us below the low, and then you target this. But see, it's like the risk reward is wrong. You're also, no, it's wrong. No, yesterday when it bounced, that's even worse. Not even worse. It's a bit good, but I mean it's a bit better, but still worse because you should have entered here. Like, it's easy for me to obviously like look back at it, but if it was up to me, or if I had to choose, whoever has like an entry from 1915 to like 1950, that's fine, I guess. Anything above it is like that tells me that you only entered after 10 hours of the touch, so you weren't watching the trade, I guess. So that's my point. Yep, unless you entered here, I'm assuming maybe at the highs, which is also wrong. Quick TA on Dogecoin, please. I'm long on Doge. If you longed with a reason, continue with your reason, yeah, because Bitcoin is bullish, so hopefully you had a reason to long, yeah. Whoever entered or has entered or is holding a long, hopefully Bitcoin, like with while holding 67, especially with now reclaiming 68, all looks good for my plan to go higher. So my plan, my expectation, not my prediction, yeah. I try to give you my crystal ball stuff, but hopefully nobody uses it against me, I guess. Walaikum salam, Biro. I was waiting for a displacement. Hold on, I'm not sure what you're talking about. I was waiting for a displacement that was an fair value gap above the small 1 hourly fair value gap, waiting for a place, enter for a short. I also saw a chart pattern. I know you don't like them. There was a breakdown. Okay, fair enough. I mean, I'm happy for, bear in mind, like, even though, like, I mean, I'm happy for you to have used at least some good, I mean, TA. I don't use displacement and I don't use fair value gaps, but they are a valid way of trading. Many of my friends use them, so I'm not going to be hitting on them. So they are good. But even without that, like, even had you just used pure patterns and I don't like them, if it's genuinely working for you, I wouldn't be hating on it. And even if it's not working, I would have more of an issue with those that enter without reasons. Like, I would much rather you entering based on a pattern. For example, like this. Let me see. I think this is looks like a triangle. If someone tells me I entered a long based on a pattern and then they lose, it's much better. Or even if they win, it's much better, regardless of win or lose. Much better than someone telling me, oh, I longed because I felt that what is going to be going up. I shorted because I saw the candles, they look like they want to go lower. I shorted because Bitcoin is bearish. Like, I've even gotten comments. By the way, guys, I get sometimes, I'm not sure what channel this is. Yeah, this is the Arabic one, but if I flip, let me just do it quickly and find a funny comment to talk about. Hold on, guys. I want to rant a little bit, so give me a second. Let me flip over to the English channel and find a funny comment, for example. Yeah, I do understand that YouTube pushes out my videos so like everybody, so it's like it's a bit random. But hold on, let me entertain. By the way, guys, whenever someone makes fun or hates, I fail to write. I don't have time to write long comments, so I tell them to I tell them to actually like type the same exact comment on live, but they never show up, unfortunately. Hold on, but see this guy. This guy is called Pepe T-O-T-O, Tom, or whatever, T-O-T-M. Yep. And he told me, you should be short. That's when I just chose a thumbnail that has long. So yeah, my thumbnail has the word long, and I was planning to long, which is like the idea of us long in 67, 68, but we never took it. See how like trading is like too complex for like regular viewers, and that's why our channel, I'd say, is not that big. And that's I don't care, but that's the beauty, and maybe the reason why I get like random comments. And this guy said, "Did you get wrecked?" I didn't take the long, guys. But anyhow, just bear with me, guys. I just wanna not prove a point, but have a discussion or a fun conversation. Yeah. After he told me you should be short, which is this video, and then he commented afterwards saying, hold on. He replied to himself after it dropped. So I think he told me you should be short when Bitcoin was when it was here. Yep. And then so I had the plan to long this. We never took it, but Bitcoin dropped. It did actually drop to 66. Yeah. Once it dropped, hold on. Once it dropped, he replied to himself. I mean, it looks funny now in retrospect because we're literally back at price. But anyhow, once we hold on, let me look for it. Yeah, this comment. Yeah, once it dropped, actually after a couple of hours, he said, "I told you, look what is happening in the market. You need to learn a lot more with regards to market structure before doing live streaming. You are embarrassing yourself." Very, very funny, guys. But let me see what did he reply. I told him, brother, please come and say this whenever I'm live. Guys, whenever I heart every single comment and I try to reply with them. So I even replied to this. No one should do anything. Fine setups make money. I invite you to watch it. I still invite him again, but he never shows up. But anyhow, that my point being here, without totally saying a wasteful rant, is that trading is complex. So guys, even all of you that are watching me constantly on live would understand this, but I need to maybe say it again just in case. Guys, the literally the titles and everything here is just something that I choose. Sometimes it's relevant, sometimes it's like only 10% relevant. Like short in Bitcoin, if this happens, if someone is like a beginner would see this kind of thumbnail, which I literally use a lot. Like, look at this, guys. I overuse my thumbnails. That's fine. I don't create thumbnails. I don't have time. And the titles, like short in Bitcoin, this would feel, oh, this guy is bearish. But I'm actually bullish. On the local time frame, I'm bullish with an idea to short because on the higher time frame, I'm bearish. But I also understand that if Bitcoin breaks 73, I'm going to be happily doing nothing. Yeah. And also, I'm long on Ethereum. So I know it's like too complex for a beginner to understand, but that's maybe I think the beauty and the bad part of like doing such I think content. Yep. So I don't care much, but I'm just saying it. Long live the crystal ball, legendary. Thank you, Wayne. Can you tell us how to use? Unfortunately, no, I cannot tell you in less than 20 minutes how to use the anchored view up, but it's not an indicator, so it's a tool. 5 likes away. Hold on. 44 likes. Thank you, Renata, for being amazing. Carl Long's patterns, he wins. Okay. PA said, I've been recently introducing my friends into trading. They were stuck with investing mindset, therefore missing entries which translate to money. Fair enough. And by the way, not they weren't stuck with the investing mindset, I'd say. They were just investing and they weren't looking into trading. That's fine. I always tell you guys, investing is something very important and everybody has to do. Everybody, every profession and every business owner and every person gotta invest. But trading is not for everyone. So you have to know the difference here. But thank you though. If you can look back to your own trading, you mentioned briefly in previous streams how transition from investing into trading. Oh, sorry, coins primarily. How your transition? I'm not sure what you mean. How is my transition? But it was a slow and gradual and a painful transition, and that's why I'm over emphasizing avoiding investing into altcoins, understanding trading, and being careful with risking too much on coins and fooling yourself and saying, "Oh, I'm investing into this little altcoin," because I've gotten burnt. So my goal here, I mean, obviously my goal is to teach you guys trading and make you money, but also my secondary goal is that I want you guys to avoid the painful, I guess, experience that I've got through, I mean, I've been through for me to actually get to this point. Yeah. So I should still hold on to the ETH long and maybe take some profits. mm, I don't know. You entered a different trade. Sorry for answering you in a boring way, but you entered a different trade. So we have different, I think, experiences depending on what happens. But maybe I tell you this: hold it because Bitcoin is above 68 still. Be very careful if Bitcoin starts dropping, and very very cautious if the stop loss or if ETH goes below the anchored VWAP. So maybe just because I want to help you out, Dennis. It is still back defaulting again. Hold on, let me go and do this. Yeah, maybe like cut your losses if this is lost. So see how like different the trade is for both you and I. Yeah, if 1950 is lost, cut your loss, put a stop loss like at 1930. That way you're essentially entering a different trade than mine. Yeah, and hopefully like in the future you'd learn where you went wrong. Yeah. Uh, Pepe Tom watching the live quietly, thinking how to get back at you. Also, you're clickbaiting and bear hunting. Not literally clickbaiting, but I'm choosing the most eye-catchy, relevant comment. For example, like I'm not clickbaiting by saying shorting Bitcoin if this happens. That's literally not a clickbait. I'm shorting Bitcoin if this happens. If you know what I mean. Yeah. Whatever. What else? Live trading altcoin. That's true. Long in Bitcoin live today. That was my attempt to long. I didn't catch long. Live trading this Bitcoin drop. True. Bitcoin crashing to 50k. That's the only maybe realist clickbait, I guess. But it's a live stream, guys. So I'm not clickbaiting no one. I'm maybe just making someone that already watches me click on the notification message very quickly. Also, your thumbnail are perfect for this channel. Less shit, more knowledge. Thank you, Alex. Hello, champs. Thank you, brother. John Smith, Doe. Nvidia 193 exclamation mark exclamation mark. More reasons for SPY 700 call options bought. Thank you. Student loan delinquencies at all. Thank you for your comment, at least, sir. You are the best. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are also the best. Okay, thank you. Next time I'll be more sure in myself because I wanted to enter. Yeah. If you don't have to be sure. You weren't just strong enough to enter a trade and be, remove emotions and put a stop loss. Like you only wanted to trade when it moved up. It's not about you being sure. It was literally doing the wrong thing. Genuinely, you were wrong. Like I gave you a long setup. You didn't have the balls to actually take it, without the respect, and then you saw it go higher. So you said, oh, let me jump in now. That's wrong. Yeah, you missed it. Win or lose, you missed it. But yeah, I mean, I'm just saying it in this way. Hopefully, it's the most helpful way to get the point across. So thank you, brother, for being amazing and also sharing your details and all of that. We are the best champions team. Thank you, Renata, for being great as always. Thank you, guys, for being helpful too. Anyhow, so yeah, I mean, would want to wait a bit. Yes, if Bitcoin just doesn't go above 68. I haven't checked the exo for a while, and it's asking me to log in. Hopefully it doesn't. Yeah, I mean, yeah. All right, so it's working. Yep. Let me just make sure the camera is, or the screen is on it. All right. So yeah. Okay, we got longs liquidated. We are above value area high of previous day. I'd want 67.5 to 67.8 to be held like locally on a lower time frame, because yeah, shorts got wrecked on this and then moved higher. Fair enough. Yep, we can move lower, I guess. Shows that we can move lower, but nothing that important, to be honest. Back to this getting default or whatever. Yeah, so very scalpy time frame. I would want Bitcoin to hold this. Let me see where the anchored view up is at. I mean, that's a bit farther away, but that would be a secondary front battle line, I guess. Let me see where the view up is at. Yeah, it's like coincides with the view up. Fine. Yep, I say holding view up, pushing price higher. Uh, it's because yesterday you said to wait for 68 Reglium. That's why I waited for. No, I said 67. Do you have a Discord? I think Mikey, you are too old. I mean, not too old, but you're too old of a member, or not an old. Like you're a young. I mean, an older viewer. So you'd know that I don't have a Discord. And I had one, it would be in the description. Like I'm not going to be hiding it from you guys. Where are you taking Ethereum trade from? Where are you taking? I think two. You mean not from? Okay, that's my fault then. Yeah, no worries. No, I mean no worries. I mean, I told you guys I mean hopefully it's a good mistake to make, and obviously I'm too I'm too old. Lol. Now I'm too old. Yeah, but you're a lot. I mean, you're a viewer of mine for a longer period than average. Let me say it this way, so you'd know if we have a Discord or not, and I don't. Fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, I guess. But yeah, I don't have a Discord. Thank you, Wayne, for sending him to that free tag. I'm pretty much sure he is. I mean, he's in it. Where can we catch a nice short on ETH? Your TP. Oh yeah, TP is going to be correlated with Bitcoin. I'll see. Regarding shorting it, I'd also want to correlate it with ETH. I'd say with the Bitcoin. Sorry. Where are you opening a long trade from on ETH? If that makes sense. Or are you opening? Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be opening one because I literally took one yesterday. Yep, yesterday night. So I don't have a long that I'm looking for currently, if that's what you're asking. But I might be looking to entertain a question of like looking to short it. So yeah, I mean we got the highs of the day, of the week, similar to what Bitcoin got. So the easiest thing that we can maybe play on here is that let me go on a 2 hourly time frame. Yep. So the thing we can do here is that we can target the highs. Yeah, I mean they got taken. No, target the high, target the daily, and then wait and see if Bitcoin does do the same thing or not. Let me see the value area. Where is that? Where it's, yeah, perfect. So we got the value area too. The only bad thing is that here is that we got volume. So doing all of this would be strong enough for ETH to do this. But I also would love to, I mean, at least not rule it out, unless or if Bitcoin doesn't, like, if Bitcoin does actually do such move. Yeah. So what I would say here is that, let me just quickly get the point across, is that if Bitcoin goes to 72.273 and does, I'm not sure why I'm doing the highlight thing, but if this happens, yeah, we'll go with it. If this happens, so we gotta hit this and then lose this. If both happen, and I see this as a fitting or a potential, the setup happening, so the short that I want to, I'll enter a short here, could short enter another one, or pick in between this and also ETH, if also ETH simultaneously does this too. If you know what I mean. So hopefully you got the point. So I'm open to shorten ETH at the faker of 2150 to 200. if and only if Bitcoin shows me weakness. Because the reason why you gotta understand this is because I'm primarily not bullish, but like locally lower time from expecting a higher on ETH because I'm expecting higher on Bitcoin. So obviously, if I see no weakness in Bitcoin, like it literally doesn't lose 70, doesn't lose this high, the order flow is like bullish. If I avoid shorting Bitcoin because I'm expecting this to continue higher to 80, push higher. You have to remember, guys, that it literally went down very quickly, so we can push higher. Why would I short if ETH goes to 2100, even if it looks like the most perfect trade? If you know what I mean. Trust me, guys, from experience, and that's a true thing. You always have to prioritize looking at Bitcoin and like dictating every single setup or every single coin by looking at Bitcoin. If you fail to truly like get a grip of on like trading Bitcoin and doing analysis on Bitcoin, you would fail at every single altcoin. You're wasting your time if you're just focusing on a coin without accepting the fact that they all work and move with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a market. Bitcoin is crypto. Ahmed doesn't have a Discord. We talked about it yesterday. We will not. How soon? Not sure, but yeah, that's true, I guess. What trades are you in now? Thanks, bro. I got this ETH trade, and I got 3 shorts on Bitcoin that are active, and then I also have unactive trades, I guess, which were like closed. But that's the truth. Yeah, thank you, brother. And that's the thing that I do. Like I literally try and like talk about setups. It's like borderline impossible. I don't think it's possible for me to take a trade that I don't talk about, unless I go away for multiple days, which rarely happens. But usually, more than usually, it's like always, a trade is either taken live or talked about live, planned live, literally created live, and then we like take it once before or after the trade the live happens. Because at the end of the day, I can only go live for as long as possible, which is like an hour, 2, or even 3. Yep. So most of the time you have to rely also on yourselves by having confidence in following the plan. Absolutely, Bitcoin leads the way without a doubt. That's how I trade ETH. Thank you, brother. Amazing. You remember my name. Thank you, Noah. Thank you, brother. I want to say that you will not have Discord soon. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, thank you, Renata, for clarifying that. You're always correct, even if you don't explain yourself. So thank you guys for being amazing. And yeah, as I said, guys, I don't have a Discord, but I do have the free Telegram channel for those that would want to get more of me. Like primarily just post the links to the videos and lives, but I also like try and give you some more information if I can. Like for example, if something that is like too important happens post live or pre-live, I will always jump on and give you some little bit of update. Sometimes I do update you guys morning my time. I update you about the status of Bitcoin, mentioning the trades and whatever. So I try to add value here, but like don't expect much on the free time Telegram. It's only just a way of actually being part of the family and the community. And also because it has already passed an hour and I fail to mention this, I do a bad job of talking about it, but I don't care. If you want to actually trade on weeks, we got the link, which is the first link in the description. I forgot to pin it, so let me. I do a bad job, as I told you guys. Apparently I don't have the link pinned, so I will literally just do it now in front of you. I'm not sure why I forgot or how I forgot to pin it, but anyhow, yes, this is the link to the exchange. But bear in mind, guys, even though I do recommend weeks, I do use weeks and I make money on weeks for a living. It is the best tailor-made exchange for trading, and I would probably tell that if you're an active trader that tries and does actually have some a higher deposit that is trying to make a living on different exchange, I would tell you that or I'd advise with moving to weeks. However, you have to understand that this link is an affiliate link, so please only use it. I've pinned it now, so it's pinned both as it is the first link and the pinned comment. If you want to use the link, understand that clicking on the first link in the description would get you a deposit bonus. Yeah, a nice deposit bonus, because this is a partnership with Champs Crypto, with me and them. But also bear in mind that it's a way of supporting me first. So if you don't want to, you don't have to use the link, I guess. Vikrant is telling Mikey to please come here every day for a week at least. You will definitely get better with trading respectfully. Thank you, brother. Thank you for such an amazing recommendation. It's definitely something that nice being said by you. I've asked a lot today. No worries. By the way, PA, get used to me being happy with every single question. So no worries. I mean, my time is all yours. I mean, I go live because I want you guys to ask questions. So you don't have to preface your comments by saying sorry for asking or I've said this a lot. And no worries. So I'm more than happy. But there were times, or let me sorry in the comments now. But there were times mid 2022 to till October 2023 when Bitcoin was barely moving. If such scenario happens again, would you or what or sorry, would you sorry, I think would you consider trading other assets? If yes, which ones? Thank you for such an amazing comment. Just because, and that is I mean a viable, true, valid question to ask. Just because it was very, I mean, very old. I mean, price action where I wasn't, or I was primarily focused on Bitcoin. I haven't experienced something different yet. So to be honest, just because it was literally 3 to 4 years ago, back then I would have said no, absolutely not. I was trading Bitcoin, purely Bitcoin, and I was, barely becoming profitable, I guess, at that time. Yep. But now, with that being said, with me being much more, delved into the market, with me being literally profitable for years, I wouldn't rule it out. But probably 90% no, because even if Bitcoin doesn't move that much from the period that you've said, so from 2022 2023 when it was consolidating after or within a bear market and it was very boring, even though everybody leaves, I still stick with that because as traders we can make money even with the slightest licking candles. So to be honest, probably not, 90% not. But I want to be truthful by saying that I can change. Maybe I've changed, I don't know. So we'd wanna see, wait and see. Maybe you can flip it and start trading gold. Answer my question, please. Yeah, sorry. Guys, whenever I forget about it, or whenever I don't read a comment, know for sure that I've missed it, and that's fine. Yep. So your question is, Ahmed, compared to Bitcoin, little alts dump more. Common sense says short alts if you say Bitcoin will go exactly. That's valid common sense. Why you never short alts instead of Bitcoin? Not about never. I mean, you have to understand, guys, that the sample size that you've got of me is only a couple months old. Especially with me starting live on Champs Crypto English, you would know that we only started. Let me see when I started taking it like truly seriously. Yeah, maybe this one was the consistent one. Yep. So we started beginning of November to go live every single day. Now on the Arabic one, I've been doing this for years. On the English one, it's only now. So that's why you think that I'm only shorting Bitcoin or focusing on Bitcoin. But I go into phases, to be honest. It's a lifestyle choice more than anything, to be honest. Yep. So thank you for this. It's a valid question. It's a viable strategy that I've been always allowing my viewers to do. Yeah, I always like entertain this, and whenever someone says this, I tell them yes, you can do it. It's a viable thing, yes, and whatever. Yeah, so absolutely yes, it's a viable thing. Me not doing it doesn't mean that I'm against it. Alaikum salam, Ali. Imad. Hey everyone, hit the like button to support Ahmed. He's doing a fantastic and an outstanding job. Thank you, brother. A very old viewer of mine. Thank you. Vikrant saying 80 more subs to get to 5K. If anyone's new here, please make sure to subscribe only if you like the content. Yes, not only only if you like it, but only if it's relevant to you. I guess if you like it, it has to be relevant, but not necessarily. Yeah, relevance. And I mean, there's no correlation. I mean, there is a correlation between liking content and it being relevant to you, but maybe not. Primarily not. So I'd tell you to only sub if you want someone that is like too deeper into the trading life and trading facts and strategies about primarily Bitcoin. Yep. So that's it. Yeah. If you want someone that literally goes live every single day, tries to take trades live, shares his losing trades and his winning trades, does everything live, and then also makes the videos every single day, and also now is trying to actually become a bit more nicer by making the free trading course playlist, then I'm your guy. If you're someone that focuses on news and patterns, well, you can. If you're someone that uses patterns, it's fine. You can watch me because we can change you. But if you're someone that's like only investing into coins and would love to know my take about APT and whatever little coin you're trading or buying, I might not be your guy. If you're investing, if you're trading, and also we do cover investing, but it's only maybe a 20% part of what I do. Unless I rant about investing within crypto or outside of crypto, it's primarily just me talking and maybe, I'd say, yeah, making money on Bitcoin. Uh, Refer a friend, just do it. Thank you, Wayne. How you doing, Dragon? Thank you, brother. Sonic, my like is in. Thanks, Ahmed. Thank you, Sonic, for being amazing. Thank you, brother. Let me see how many likes we've hit. 58 likes. Guys, you're more than legends, to be honest. I only see it as a way of actually my viewers and my community supporting me. So as I always say, guys, I'm not convinced that likes have an effect. Maybe they do. You guys have been telling me they do, but I see it as a way of like having an objective every single day, a fun, I think, activity. uh, do you think we are in a bear market, or can the market reverse? It can. That's why I don't like the word bear market, because most that use it as a childish retail term, they use it in a way that rules out the ability and the possibility, even if it's like only 1% of Bitcoin recovering, and that essentially like you know confines you to a very very bad mindset that you either win or lose big, and something that you're not expecting happens. So to me, and in my experience, I stopped very long ago, stopped like putting this mindset. Like I couldn't care less if it's a bear market or bull market. What would be the benefit to my trades if I use this mindset? Like how would it affect me, if you know what I mean? So it's not a helpful question to ask, nor is it a helpful question to answer. But thank you for asking it though. What's your win rate and average risk ratio? Win rate past year. I say past year because obviously if I literally include whenever I start trading, is going to be much lower, but and sometimes higher. But 68%. Differs from month to month, but I try to be stable in between 60 and 70. Yeah, sometimes can go a much lower, as low as like 45, 42. Yep. What's the average risk ratio? Average is 2.7, 2.2, depending on it, but that's only pushed with like some trades being held for long. Yep. So can you tell what we are waiting for? That tells me that you just joined in, so it's hard for me to literally give a summary for everybody that enters. Uh, Respectfully, Ahmed doesn't care less. Yeah. Bear market, bull market, champs make money in any environment. Exactly. Wayne is a legend. Thank you, brother. Your badge fits you well, to be honest. The badge, the blue moderator badge. Let me see if I can change your badge color. I don't think so, but I mean, it looks nice, to be honest. Thank you, brother. Yeah, I cannot promote you more, I guess so. You are the above. I mean, at the hierarchical. I guess top. Yeah, 68 seems held. Doesn't seem like nothing. I mean, to be honest, it's ironic because we are literally below 68. That's first thing. Second thing is that nothing seems held ever. Yeah. You can be low on win rate if you have higher risk to reward ratio. Like if you lose less, exactly, and that's totally what is covered on my video uh, that I've got here. So what you're saying here, X, is literally the thing that I've said on this video. This risk management strategy made me profitable. Watch this one in the middle, and you literally understand this. Yeah, I mean, if you do understand it, there's just a way of confirming it. Yep. Because yeah, I do understand the reason why I made that video is because many of my new viewers would start, or I mean they would want to learn trading, but they would have lots of misconceptions, and the most known reoccurring misconception is that they think they have to win a lot. Like, oh, I'm losing two trades out of 10, that's bad. oh my, I'm only winning 5 and losing 5, or I'm only winning 3 and losing 7. And that video, if you watch it, that would tell you that you're okay, you're doing well. You're at least you're doing well, more better than you think, if you know what I mean. Wayne is the chief champion here. Thank you, Stank. Never give up. Thank you, brother. Hopefully nobody actually gives up. But anyhow, I mean, let me see what ETH is doing here. So it's doing fine. Still bearish on ETH against Bitcoin, guys. So be ready mentally for a potential drop like this. Maybe could take us a couple of days or weeks. You are the king champion, and we are champions army. Thank you, Vikrant. You are. I'll promote you mentally to something. What? Give me the ranking in the military, and I'll promote you to whatever, a bit higher than a. We are all equal and students of the Chief Ahmed. The great. Thank you, Wayne, for being amazing. Thank you guys for. I mean, I'm absolutely loving the experience and the environment that we've built, and thanks to you guys. Like, I don't want to name names, but you know yourselves, like, it's the super active ones that show up every single day. And even if you don't show up every single day, I'm pretty sure that there's like 10 consistent viewers that watch me every single day, make the most amount of money, and are too silent. They just focus on education and making money, and that's also lovely. So I don't want to just thank those that are commenting, but I also want to thank those who are silent viewers of mine. Thank you guys. Everybody that at least gives me a second of their time is totally, I mean, respected. And I'm more than grateful for every single one of you. I try to not overly do the lovey-dovey, convo, but I have to at least mention it once a day, once a week. How do we know what levels were you buying at? As we are now, how do we know what levels what are you buying? You watch my videos, the little quick ones that I post every single day, or you watch me live? Yeah, I guess that's the answer. Thank you, Biro. Yep. But I'm back and finally participating now. I mean, you're always participating. Thank you, brother. How are you doing? I'm more than well, healthy, and that's what matters, to be honest. So thank you for being amazing. Anyhow, guys, yeah, before I forget, obviously, I want to mention it again because I want to bore you guys out with it, sorry. But anyhow, if you're someone generally that's actually trading actively and is actually someone that would love to get into trading, so it depends, whatever suits you. But anyhow, if you're either someone that is like, that wants to get into trading and using probably like a beginner bad exchange like Binance, I would tell you that Weeks is an amazing option. But also for those that already have, I mean, got a little bit of an experience and they got, a higher amount of money that would literally move them into the higher ranking in fees. For example, this account is a VIP 5. So if you're someone that could literally be pushed easier to higher VIP tiers, and the fees do matter, especially for higher earners and higher income people. If you want that, then obviously Weeks is also a good alternative. So if you're watching me and you use a higher capital, yes, using the affiliate would help, but it's not necessary. But I'd also I feel myself, I always isolate those kind of people that already are doing well and they already use an exchange. So Weeks and myself, like, I'm trying to actually also mentioning them. So sorry for the rant. All I'm just trying to say is that Weeks is a good option, and using my affiliate would support me for both new traders and much experienced traders. Yes, sorry for cutting it a bit, or for making it longer than needs be. Yep. Just trying to make comments to keep you here telling why you open. I'm leaving. I'm just trying to give you the final closing part. So I mean, you kept me for as long as possible. Thank you for being amazing, to be honest. Thank you, brother. Hold on, let me read quickly. Thank you, Wayne. Thank you, X. I don't have a long waiting for. Thank you. If you pull back, watch the beginning. Any scalp position. Scalping would be potentially looking for little ones at 67 or the low at 66. Jazakallah khair. Thank you. We buy. Barakallah fik. Thank you. No problem, brother. Thank you for being amazing. Feel free to advertise. Still, since you have nothing to sell, expect some affiliate fees. Yeah, fair enough. We also profit from that because by that. Yeah. By the way, guys, with Weeks having amazing fees, and I'd only wanna, the thing here is that please only trade to support me if you already want to trade. Like, don't take trades for random reasons. For example, the trading competition that we try to run at least once a month. I always tell you guys, please don't be stupid enough, without the respect, to try and rank higher just because you want to win a little bit of USDT. You'd be losing actual money by entering bad trades. So I want only you to actually try to take actual trades. Hopefully you'll be profitable and then enjoy the experience. And by the way, guys, I also forgot, they also allow trading gold. So Weeks allows you to trade gold. Let me check what gold is doing here, just out of curiosity. Yeah, I'm bullish on gold, guys. I mean, it's easy to be bullish on gold, but I'm expecting it to make a new all-time high for those that would want to trade it. Last time I gave a long here and a long here, not to seem smart, but they happen to be the bottom. So that tells you that we can like, you can, not me, because I'm more than busy talking about Bitcoin, but you can literally replicate the stuff that you get taught here, and you can go to every single tradable asset. You can do Nvidia, you can do silver, whatever. Is silver, I mean silver as well? I'm not sure. I cannot tell you. I haven't tried. What is the name of silver here? I don't. What's silver's? Alright, I got locked out, guys. Anyhow, so I cannot answer you. Maybe look it up yourself. Silver is what else? Oh, let me see. I forgot what silver is, to be honest. As a yep. How percentage of your trading country risk? So I got, brother, ask me this question tomorrow. Now that NY is open, please give us a quick review. I have to go away. I have to start the other live stream, guys. So thank you for being amazing. I'm bullish on Bitcoin, waiting for higher. Holding that long on Ethereum, potentially shorting the high. Does Weeks use the? I don't know. I mean, that's what, guys, don't be doing TA on the chart of the exchange. You do the work on Bybit's chart exchange, and then you copy and you do the money making stuff within Weeks as the executing part. I've already explained this, and that's the smart way of doing it. So trading view is for planning, Weeks is for executing, and yes, my affiliate is something that would support me. XAG, yeah, thank you. I guess I'm not that good at chemistry, if that's even chemistry. See you guys. Thank you, brothers. Thank you guys for being super amazing. Hold your longs, wait for shorts, and expecting higher on the local time frame. Still bearish on the high